Donkeys were traditionally used to protect livestock from wild dogs and wolves due to their no-nonsense approach to self-defense and deadly two-hoofed kicks. On some ranches in the United States, they still serve as sentinels against coyotes. Have you ever seen a donkey deal with a hyena? Which animal do you think would win between a donkey and camel in a fight? If you want to witness some real donkey attitude, keep watching as we look at wild donkeys that are savage enough to fight any animal. Number 15. Somali Wild Ass. The Somali wild ass, found in the Horn of Africa, is one of the world's rarest wild equids, with only about 200 individuals believed to exist in widely dispersed groups. Due to competition with domestic farm animals for scarce desert grass and water supplies, the number of African wild ass has dramatically decreased. The natural population has few safeguards in place, and the remaining animals are fragmented and quickly declining. The wild ass is assumed to be the ancestor of the donkey, which was domesticated over 6,000 years ago in North Africa, and gets its name from the Latin word asinus, which means donkey. In the arid desert grasslands of the Horn of Africa, the Somali or African wild ass dwells in tiny herds. The Somali wild ass has a remarkable grayish coat color with contrasting zebra-like fine black stripes on their legs, making it one of the smallest true wild horses. Here are a couple of Somali wild asses in love. They show one another affection, and once in a while, one of them gives the other kicks. One of them seems more in love than the other and is so excited, he makes the other donkey pee. Number 14. Builder donkeys. The lovely nativity imagery of donkeys on Christmas cards that begin to arrive in the letterboxes of millions of homes just before Christmas is a world away from the daily work of these donkeys on a frantic building site full of dust and sparks from angle grinders. These are nabless construction donkeys or builder donkeys. Some of these donkeys are subjected to inhumane treatment, and it's hard to imagine what kind of Christmases they have working long shifts without adequate food, drink, or care. They are labor prisoners who become famished, unwell, and eventually abandoned by the side of the road. Their owners are frequently impoverished and lack the expertise or finances necessary to properly care for their pets. The pathetic parade continues throughout the day, with the donkeys delivering their loads across electrical lines, rubble, and the open lift shaft. As they deliver high up into the block, their hooves regularly slip on the shiny marble, and then it's on to the gravel-strewn artificial staircase, burdened with builder bags draped over their backs. Slipping on the stairs, as well as backaches and stiff joints from lifting large weights, are the most common ailments. Fortunately, 10 miles from the Israeli beach town of Netanya, there's a sanctuary where volunteers and staff look after 252 donkeys on a small 3-acre plot nestled between 2 avocado groves. Number 13. Donkeys protecting. Donkeys are great to protect herds, and this donkey is doing exactly that when he sees a few dogs approaching. You can see him flanking the white dog and not letting him approach the herd of sheep. Tiki and Cloud are excellent at keeping the cattle secure, and they act as babysitters for the calves. Their owners kept an eye on them when their dog decided to chase them down. He was safe. There were lots of trees to hide behind, and this wasn't something he did on a regular basis. Number 12. Donkey helping humans. Donkeys are workhorses, and you can see what I mean in this video, when this donkey is pulling this cart filled with wood without a problem. The man gets into this cart and has 3 donkeys pull the cart for an enjoyable ride. The 3 donkeys must find this easy compared to some of the other chores they must do during a day. These 2 donkeys are pulling this cart, and it looks like this person is moving his entire home. It's amazing how many things you can pull in a small cart like the one in the video. But even more amazing is how the donkey is able to pull this cart without a problem. Number 11. Donkey intelligence. A donkey's innate inclination, which places a high value on self-preservation, may mean that it does not do what a person desires. In these situations, labeling the donkey as dumb is sometimes easier than studying the underlying issues. Donkeys have a fantastic memory and learning abilities. Donkeys, on the other hand, recall both positive and unpleasant experiences for a long period. Negative or traumatic experiences have a long-term impact on the donkey's behavior, so being a careful and compassionate handler is essential. You can see it doesn't take time for this donkey to figure out how to open this door. Here is another smart donkey. able to lift the hatch of the fence, but doesn't open the door. Is he smart, and does he realize that once he's lifted the hatch, he can push the door to open it? Or is he just opening the latch and closing it because he has no clue what's going on? I'm not sure. This donkey figures out there's some space between the fence and eventually walks into the space and out of the enclosure. Some animals can't figure this out, but this donkey, it seems, knew all along. Number 10. Donkey versus fox. In our thumbnail, it looks like this donkey has killed a fox and is giving another fox a beating. It is obvious foxes are no match for a crazy donkey, but they are faster than donkeys, so I guess these two little guys got a little too close for comfort, and that's how the donkey managed to grab them. This fox is in big trouble when a donkey snatches it by the neck. The fox is probably already dead because it's not moving at all. I don't understand why these foxes get so close to these donkeys. Don't they sense the danger? Number 9. Donkey cart. If you never heard of it, just like me, look at what a donkey race looks like. These guys are sitting on their donkeys trying to win a race. The donkeys are running as fast as they can, but it's nothing compared to how fast horses can run. Here is another type of race using donkeys, but this time the donkeys are pulling carts and they are going quite fast. I'm not sure if this is a race, but it sure looks like one. The Karachi South Donkey Cart Association, which has over 800 registered owners, organizes donkey cart races. The organization mostly works with the community's commercial and business aspects, but it also organizes races to continue a tradition that dates to the colonial era. These races have been held since the 18th century and are part of their culture. The prize money is always split among 3 parties: the winner, the organizer, and the law enforcement officers, who assist in clearing the roads for the races. This small child was already driving the donkey cart to assist bringing stuff to his residence at the age of 8. The journey was incredible to behold, and it's encouraging to know that age is no barrier to try something new. Still, I hope the parents of this child supervise him, or have trained him adequately enough for him to enjoy a safe ride. Number 8. Donkey versus horse. Apparently, this donkey picks a fight every day. On this day, he picks on a horse that's not going to take any crap from him. These two are going at it like 2 gladiators, and neither is giving in to the other. This is a fight for grown-ups. The horse is bigger than the donkey, but the donkey is hard-headed and tenacious. He doesn't give up and constantly harasses the horse. Even though that's the case, the horse defeats the donkey. Roji, this wee donkey, enjoys annoying his best friend, Lido, a lovely Tennessee walking horse. Lido is generally tolerant of this bothersome little companion, but every now and then he does something to try to say, "Enough already, give it a rest." Rogi, on the other hand, doesn't take hints well and will usually keep coming back for more until he decides his playtime is up. The neighbors join the owner in laughing themselves silly as they watch these two daily antics. Lido enjoys these play sessions just as much as Rogi does. If he didn't, he could easily scare Rogi away with far more serious countermeasures. These two seem to be having a blast. They are both young and they tease one another, but you can tell it's all in good fun. Neither is trying to hurt the other. The horse does, however, kick back once, as if he's trying to hurt the donkey, but he doesn't make contact. Maybe it was just a warning, letting his opponent know if he pushes too much, things could become serious. Number 7. Donkey versus donkey. These donkeys are holding nothing back when they decide to fight each other. They're using all the tricks in the book. Whether it's biting or kicking, they are relentless, and neither one lets the other take control of the fights. These two young donkeys seem to be playing more than fighting, but when it comes to donkeys, it's hard to tell. I mean, one of the donkeys has his friend in a headlock, pinned to the ground. There's always a little biting involved, and it's not easy to tell if it's friendly or malicious. Even though that's the case, I'm betting these two are friends. These two donkeys seem to be having a small argument about which one gets to hold the strap. Eventually, the bigger donkey gets a hold of it, and the smaller one shows his miscontents by trying to kick and chase the other around the enclosure. It looks like one of these donkeys is not interested in play fighting, but the other donkey doesn't really care. I guess most donkeys decide when they feel like playing and don't take into consideration if their playdate is at all interested. Number 6. Donkey versus camel. This huge camel bites into this donkey, but the donkey avoids the worst after he's able to get out of the hold. The donkey audaciously strikes back and grabs at the camel's neck, but not for long. This is a clash of titans as the two animals keep going at it. The two animals exchange bites and kicks, and like true warriors are still standing after all this. This white donkey is aggressive and bites this camel to the neck and doesn't let go. The camel moves and tries to remove the donkey, but it's no easy feat. Camels are no pushovers, but this donkey doesn't care. He keeps trying to bite this camel's leg, but the camel kneels, trying to crush the donkey, who lets go and moves away. Number 5. Donkey versus pig. A pig is being mistreated by a donkey. The pig is squealing, but no one comes to its rescue. I guess this is an everyday occurrence around here. This donkey is mangling a wild boar, and the dogs want to participate, but they look kind of confused. I hear people laughing in the background. Is this funny? Honestly, they enjoy watching an animal suffer. Crazy people. Another donkey is on top of a wild pig, biting it incessantly, with a bunch of dogs surrounding the two. It's not a pretty sight, and it looks like the donkey is not letting go anytime soon. Number 4. Donkey versus goats. Many people get donkeys to keep their other animals safe, but is this donkey another animal in disguise? I mean, the way it's treating this poor goat, it can't be a donkey, or is it? The donkey grabs the small goat by the neck and mangles it. This animal is supposed to protect these animals against coyotes, and yet it is doing the damage. Who needs enemies when you have friends like this? Apparently, the goat was not killed. Donkey kicks, injure, or kill thousands of people each year. This video depicts a donkey becoming aggressive over food and killing a goat. These donkeys aren't to be trifled with. Number 3. Donkey versus hyena. Until I saw footage of this donkey's confrontation with a hyena, I had no idea donkeys could be so aggressive and powerful. As a group, hyenas are great hunters, and I have seen lone hyenas hunt and kill prey without a problem, but not against this crazy donkey. It's impressive the hyena has managed to remain well adapted despite such a drastic reduction in its population, but it still doesn't know what to do against this donkey. The hyena is either with the wrong donkey or it's drunk. As you'll see in this video, the hyena is no match for the donkey. This hyena is being treated like a house cat by the donkey. Hyenas do a better job fighting lions than this. Here's another donkey mistreating a hyena. The donkey is not as fierce as some of the other donkeys we have seen, but the hyena still isn't able to fend it off. I guess donkeys are a force to be reckoned with, at least against hyenas. Number 2. Donkey versus cow. This donkey is biting this cow's ear and doesn't let go. I never knew donkeys were so annoying. They are hard-headed, and when they put their mind to something, they don't quit. Cows are so inoffensive and kind, they wouldn't hurt a fly. Number 1. Donkey versus dog. This donkey charges this dog and lets it know it's not to be messed with. The dog backs off and seems to understand the message because he quickly gets out of there. Once that's done, the donkey decides to have some fun on his own and decides to chase the cows around. These dogs are harassing a donkey that was minding its own business. The donkey tries to move away from the dogs, but they just keep barking and trying to bite its legs. The dogs better be careful standing behind the donkey, because if this guy lets out a kick and makes contact, one of the dogs is going to be sent to the hospital. I never thought donkeys were this wild, but what amazed me the most was how those donkeys handled the hyenas. It's the first time I see hyenas so defenseless. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below. Well, that's our look at wild donkeys that are savage enough to fight any animal. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.